Welcome back to Midlife Trucker, where I trade boardroom BS for highway truth, with a side of sarcasm and a whole lot of snark. I'm Tom Bell, your former suit-turned-cargo relocation specialist, and today we're talking Executive Order 14286, signed by President Trump on April 28, 2025. You know the one that's got every trucker on YouTube acting like they just won the freight lottery? Yeah, they're out here popping champagne, thinking all the foreign-born drivers are going to vanish like my hairline in the 90s. Spoiler alert, they didn't read the order, but I did. So buckle up, grab your logbook, and let's separate the rumors from the road signs. First off, let's address the elephant in the semi. Half the drivers on YouTube are out here screaming, Trump's order means all the foreign drivers are going into hiding. More freight for us red-blooded Americans. Oh, please. Y'all are reacting faster than a rookie hitting the brakes in a snowstorm. Did you even read the order? No? Shocker. Let me break it down for you because I used to be an executive, and I know how to read fine print. Unlike some of you who think ELD stands for extra long donut break. So what's this order actually do? It's not a magic wand that poofs drivers off the highway. It's a directive to the Secretary of Transportation. Big shout out to Sean Duffy, who's probably regretting this job already. The order says, hey Sean, by June 26, 2025, you have to rescind some Obama-era guidance from 2016. That guidance basically let inspectors go easy on truckers who couldn't speak English like they're auditioning for a Shakespeare play. Back then, they could use interpreters, cue cards, or even a phone app to squeak by. Trump's order says, nah, we're done with that. Enforce the rule. Now let's be real. This ain't happening tomorrow. The order was signed April 28, 2025. That gives the Department of Transportation 60 days until late June to figure out how to enforce this. So all you keyboard cowboys thinking the roads are going to be a ghost town by next week, slow your roll. Ain't no freight ferry coming to grant your wishes. And here's the kicker. The rule they're enforcing, it's already federal law. 49 CFR paragraph 391.11b. 2. For you nerds keeping score, it says drivers got to read and speak English sufficiently to chat with the public, read signs, and not look like a deer in headlights when a cop asks for your log. This ain't new. It's just been ignored like that low tire pressure warning you've been driving with for 6 months. You think every foreign-born driver's going to pack up and flee? Newsflash. About 18% of truckers are foreign-born, according to the National Association of Truck Stop Operators. That's over 600,000 drivers. They ain't all vanishing. Most of them already speak enough English to get by because they've been passing CDL tests, which, surprise, are in English. The ones who don't, they might get placed out of service if they can't talk their way through an inspection. But that's not a deportation notice. It's a go take an English class note. And with the driver shortage already tighter than my jeans after a buffet, you think the industry's going to let 600,000 drivers just walk? They'll be handing out Rosetta Stone coupons at way stations before that happens. All right, let's get to Section 4 of this order, because this is where the rubber meets the road. Section 4 tells the Secretary of Transportation to take a hard look at non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses. You know, the ones issued to drivers who ain't U.S. residents. They're supposed to check for unusual patterns or numbers or other irregularities. Translation: they're sniffing for fake CDLs or sketchy issuances. Remember that time in 2019 when a driver in Colorado plowed into traffic because he couldn't read the signs? Or that 2025 West Virginia crash where the driver needed an interpreter? Yeah, the feds are trying to make sure those guys ain't slipping through the cracks. So if you're a legit driver, this ain't about you. If you bought your CDL off some dude in a van, well, you might want to start practicing your English and your resume. Time to look at Section 5 of this order, because this one's got me raising an eyebrow higher than a DOT inspector spotting an overdue log. Section 5 says, within 60 days of this order, the Secretary of Transportation shall identify and begin carrying out additional administrative, regulatory, or enforcement actions to improve the working conditions of America's truck drivers. Sounds nice, right? Like they're going to roll out free coffee at every TA and a massage chair in every cab. But let's not get our hopes up. This is the government we're talking about. They move slower than a reefer hauling uphill in a headwind. They've got until June 26, 2025 to come up with something, but it's vague as hell. What's improving working conditions mean? More parking spots, better hours, a ban on shippers who make you wait 6 hours to unload? Nobody knows yet. So while it's a nice pat on the back for us truckers, don't hold your breath waiting for a 4-day work week. But here's where I'm going to hammer it home, folks. Section 6C. Oh, baby. This is the part that's got me cackling like a hyena in a henhouse. Section 6 is all about general provisions, which is usually the boring stuff like don't sue us for this. But 6C, it's a gem. It says, quote, this order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. In plain English, this order ain't a promise. It's not a contract. You can't sue Uncle Sam if it doesn't work out like you hoped. So all you drivers thinking this is your ticket to a freight gold mine or a cushy new schedule, the White House just said, good luck, pal, you're on your own. So, what's the takeaway? Stop listening to people who haven't even read the order and wouldn't know where to find it, to read it. Drivers who think this order is going to turn I-80 into an all-American trucker paradise. It's about enforcing an old rule, not rewriting the game. Foreign-born drivers aren't going anywhere unless they really can't speak English. And even then, they'll probably get a chance to learn. Section 5 might bring some driver-friendly changes, but don't bet your fuel card on it until we see specifics. And Section 6C, that's the government covering its backside, telling you not to get your hopes up. So do me a favor, read the dang order before you start celebrating. It's on the Federal Register website. Google it. You'll look smarter than half the guys at the truck stop. Oh, and before you start typing hate comments faster than a rookie merging onto I-95, let's get one thing straight. Don't come at me with your pitchforks. I didn't write this executive order. I didn't cook up the regulations. And I sure as heck don't work for the FMCSA. My coffee budget couldn't handle their meetings. I'm just a guy with a rig and a Wi-Fi signal who isn't dumb enough to follow the herd like a sheep chasing a carrot. I read the order so you don't have to. You're welcome. So instead of flaming me in the comments, go flame the guy who sold you that low-battery vape at the last truck stop. That's it for today. Midlife Trucker Nation. If you like this video, smash that like button harder than a DOT officer checking your hours. Subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment. Tell me what you think about this order, or just roast my coffee mug. Until next time, keep the shiny side up and make sure you're enjoying every day at work.